Hello my peeps, this Algebra Nation video will cover the right side of workbook, page 89.
Here we go, elimination multiple. So if you've watched all the videos, you have substitution, elimination match, and now elimination multiple. In this case, I do not see a single variable by itself. I don't see y with a coefficient of 1 or x with a coefficient of 1. At the same time, I don't see a match. But I do see a multiple, 4 and 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the top equation by not just 2, but negative 2. That way I will have 8 and negative 8. Remember, you can take any equation and multiply by any number you want. It would still be the same equation, just a different multiple of it is the idea. But the reason I'm multiplying by negative 2 is because I want them to match. I want 8y and negative 8y. So by multiplying the top equation by negative 2, I get negative 22x minus 8y equals negative 2. And the bottom equation I will leave alone. Because now I'm going to add the equations together, and the 8y's are eliminated. That's the idea behind elimination. Same number, different sign, eliminate. Now we finish solving. Negative 22x plus 7x. Let's break out that calculator. 22, make it a negative, add 7 to it, and I get negative 15. There's the negative over there, 15. Negative 15x equals negative 2 plus 17, or 17 minus 2 is positive 15. Divide both sides by negative 15. Those simplify, and x equals negative 1. Am I done? No. You know that by now, right? We got to plug back in and solve for the other variable, and then plug them both into check. So I'm going to plug in negative 1 into the top equation. I will get 11x plus 4y equal to 1. Plug in a negative 1 for x. 11 times negative 1 plus 4y equals 1. 11 times negative 1 is negative 11. From here, I'll add the 11 over. Take a second. Pause the video. Write that all down. Divide both sides by 4, and you get y equals 3. But lastly, we're going to check by plugging them both in to the other equation. 7x plus 8y equals 17. 7x plus 8y equals 17. I have 7 times negative 1 plus 8 times 3, because x is negative 1 and y is equal to 3, equal to 17. 7 times negative 1 is negative 7. 8 times 3 is 24. And negative 7 plus 24, if you want to. 7, make it a negative, plus 24 will give you 17, and it checks out. So the final answer would be x is negative 1 and y is 3. And that's how you do elimination multiple. So now you've seen the process again and again. We solve for one variable, we substitute in to solve for the other, we substitute both in to check. Again, you try this next one. Pause the video.
I thought you said pause the video and take a brain break. Because whatever you do, you don't want to look like this guy on the EOC. It's no wonder they didn't make the playoffs. They can't even celebrate a touchdown correctly. So Chicago Bear-like. Okay, back to work.
Solve for x and y. Here, I see that I have negative 6 and positive 12. So that's going to be a multiple. Hey, but I also have negative x and 7y. That's also multiple. Which one do I do? It's up to you. There's more than one way to solve these. Remember, there's just a preferred way. If you see a coefficient of 1, you try and do substitution. If you see a match, you're doing elimination or multiple elimination. They're not going to tell you which one to use, which method. So here, I can eliminate the x's or the y's. So check this out. I'm going to eliminate the x's. I'll multiply the bottom equation by 7. And in doing so, I get the top equation I leave alone. The bottom equation will be negative 7x. 7 times 12, 7 times 12, that's a big number. That'll be 84. Y equals 7 times 34. We're definitely breaking up the calculator now. 7 times negative 34. 34, make it a negative. You get negative 238. Ouch. 7x and negative 7x add together. They get eliminated. Negative 6y plus 84y will end up being, let's see. Might as well use that calculator. 6, make it a negative, plus 84 is going to be 78. We'll use that. 78y equals 4 minus 238. 4 minus 238 is negative 234. So in this case, take negative 234, divide it by 78. That worked out nicely, right? Negative 3. However, maybe you didn't eliminate the x's, maybe you eliminated the y's. So let me show you instead what you could have done if you worked with the y's, not the x's. So if you work with the x's, you solved for y. If you work with the y's, you're going to solve for x. So check this out. I'm going to scribble this out. Let's say you looked and said, I'm looking at the y's here. I'm going to multiply the top equation by 2, so I get a negative 12y and a positive 12y. So in this case, 2 times 7x is 14x. 2 times negative 6y is negative 12y. And 2 times 4 is 8. And you leave the bottom equation this time alone. A little bit better to use if you think about it. So in this case, 12y and negative 12y are eliminated. 14x minus x is 13x. 8 minus 34, 8 minus 34 is negative 26. Divide both sides by 13. You get x equals negative 2. So if you eliminated the y's first, you'd plug back in and solve for x. Or if you eliminated the x's first, you found y. If you found y first, you plug back in and solve for x. Here, if you solve for x first, you plug back in and found y. In either case, just make sure that you plug into both. Remember, you plug into both to make sure that it is valid. In the end, though, you should have got x is negative 2 and y is negative 3. So, x is negative 2 and y is negative 3. And again, you can check. Go ahead if you want to, plug in a negative 2 and a negative 3 into both of these. In this case, though, I actually got both answers because I just eliminated one way or the other. But again, normally, you'd eliminate one of them, plug in, find the other, plug both in, and check. But I think you're ready right